Alright, if you have not seen the first video in this series, make sure to check that out, because this is the second one. Go and check out the first one. The link will be in the description, and quite possibly up here somewhere. It'll teach you how to solve the first layer of the cube, so that we can move on to the second layer, which is what we're doing in this video. And you see how we got 2 out of 3 layers solved in this cube, so only the last layer is left to solve. Let's get into it. Okay, so if you remember from the last video, we were solving the first layer with the white on top. What we're gonna do for the second layer is flip that upside down, so we got yellow on top. Now, what we're going to try and do here is to get these edges into place. So you see how there's this big block of solved cube here between the green and the orange center. There's this edge in the proper place. These ones are not, they don't match up like this. So we're just gonna put all of them in. What you want to do is look for an edge that does not have yellow in it, that is in the top layer here, the top side. If I look at this one, that's got a yellow sticker, so I'm not going to use it. Nope. Ah, this one. It is red and green, so I can use that, there's no yellow. What I want to do is I want to move this top layer with that edge around until it lines up with the center. Red and red, like that. Now I need to figure out, does it need to go to the right side or the left side? By looking at this color, it's red and green. So what I need to do is look for the green side, that's blue, that's green. So we know that it needs to go between red and green, because that's the red and green edge. So if the edge needs to go to the right side, you do this algorithm. You're going to go U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F. And I'm sure I'll put that on the screen for you to see. You can pause the video, go back, watch it, just do it with me until you figure out and know how to read that algorithm pretty well. And you'll notice that puts the edge in the place where we need it to go. So let's look for another one. Here, we line it up with the center, so it was over here. What I do is just move this top layer around until I get it lined up, and it needs to go to the right side again. Because it's orange and blue, it needs to go between the orange and blue, which is on the right. So I hold with this edge facing me and do that same algorithm as before. And you'll notice the line up here, and then I'm just putting that into place. So let's look at this edge right here. We got orange and blue, so we're gonna go line it up with the blues. But this time we have an orange edge, so what I need to do is move it to the left side, because orange is on the left when this side is facing me. So if it needs to go to the left side, you do this algorithm. U prime, L prime, U, L, U, F, U prime, F prime. And that puts it into the left side. So let's do another left edge. We have this non-yellow edge here. We'll move the top layer until it lines up, and we see it's blue. Now green's over here, blue's over here, so it needs to go to the left. We do the left algorithm. And in the description of this video, I put both algorithms and saying which side is which algorithm, right or left. And you'll know because it'll have R for right, for the to right algorithm, and L for the to left algorithm. That's an easy way to remember that. So what happens if you're looking in the top layer and you don't see any non-yellow edges? If we got a yellow edge, yellow edge, yellow edge, yellow edge, but the second layer isn't solved, so what do I do? Well, what you need to do is just take one of them out. So let's just pick a random edge that isn't solved down here. It's not yellow. And the way we take that out and put it in the top layer is we just pretend like we're putting this edge in there, because that will make that go out. So we do the to right algorithm to move it in there. And you see that edge popped out, and now it's up here. And then we can just follow our algorithm and continue putting it into place. So we do that one there. But what happens if this is the case, where they're all yellow in the top layer, and this one is just flipped? Well, it's the same thing as before. We just take it out, by putting this edge in. And now we have it in the top layer, and we can put it in the correct way. Alright, so now you should have the entire second layer completed with white on the bottom, remember that. So basically remember, just find a non-yellow edge, line it up with the center, do the right or left algorithm depending on which side it needs to go to. If there's no yellow edges in the top layer, but the second layer is not completed, it's not solved, just take out an unsolved edge by putting a yellow edge in there, and then you can deal with that, put it in the correct way or in the correct spot. Okay, I really hope this video helped you learn how to solve the second layer of the cube, so we can get on to the next video, which is going to be solving the last layer. If this video did not help you, I'm sorry. Leave a comment down below, I'll happily respond, try and clear up any confusion you have. Make sure to look in the description for those algorithms, write them down, get them into muscle memory. And it probably might take a couple times of watching this video before it actually makes sense. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video, the last video, on how to solve a Rubik's Cube.